Well, Andrea Carson started her journalism career at Fairfax with The Age. She's now working on a PhD at Melbourne University, where she's investigating the future of broadsheet newspapers. She joins me now. Andrea Carson, welcome. These changes are inevitable at papers, it seems, but 1,900 jobs, has that taken you by surprise?
It has, Joe. That's more than I personally expected. Although, when you think about it, the signs were there in the last couple of days. Gina Reinhardt, the largest shareholder of Fairfax, has moved her shareholding up above 18% of the company. The share price has fallen substantially and is now, I think, as we speak, about 62 cents. So from a shareholder point of view, there's been a lot of agitation about the direction of this company. And of course, the print classified market has fallen in the last 10 years and the digital market has not increased to make up for that shortfall. So there needed to be changes made, but this is, make no mistake, this is an historic moment. Yeah.
With 1,900 jobs going, can the organisation claim that it's going to maintain journalistic standards? Obviously, those 1,900 jobs aren't all journalism jobs.
No, I'm hearing that there's probably 400 journalism jobs out of that 1,900. It's difficult to see how you can do more with less when it comes to journalists. Greg Hywood, the CEO, has made no secret that he wants the digital platforms to be extended to go. At the moment, they're delivering right across various platforms. The 24-hour news cycle is incredibly fast. That requires great input from journalists. So to be reducing numbers at this time and also to be consolidating bureaus across the country seems that they are doing less, or doing a lot more with less, which cannot be good for the journalism of the paper.
OK, let's just go now to another component of this announcement today, the broadsheets going tabloid. Do you understand the rationale behind that?
This has been talked about for a little while. I'm surprised to hear that it's going to happen as soon as March next year. It happened to the Times in London, of course, and they seem to have survived it. But we're talking about Australia's oldest newspaper, the Sydney Morning Herald, and The Age, which is 160 years. This is a great departure from their history. The quality that's associated with broadsheets, particularly in this country, that's a lot of tradition to be giving away. So I'm not sure how readers, especially welded-on readers to The Age, are going to accept that. OK, what about the paywalls on the websites? Will they work in the Australian context? This is interesting. I heard Greg Hywood speak only 6 months ago, and he was not at that stage saying that paywalls were going to be imminent. If anything, he was putting it right back on the back burner. So for them to be introduced again within the next 7-8 months comes as a surprise, although fairly inevitable, really, because they've been giving away so much content for free for the last 10 years plus now that they need to be able to shore up their revenues. So how will this change the media landscape in Australia in terms of newspapers? With the, I mean, does this leave the Oz as the only broadsheet? Well, the concerning part is that we're going to get more consolidation of opinion and views, especially with the merging of bureaus and of news functions. So where are Australians going to get the diversity of news and of information that they've been accustomed to? Some might say online, although you'll find that even the blogosphere tends to go back to the older media, and a lot of the key messages get repeated through the online media. I think this is going to be problematic. How has Fairfax handled this over the years, coming to this moment now? Well, I think there's been no secret that they've been very slow getting out of the gate on jumping on to the classified market. Really, the time to act was in the mid-1990s. That's when newspapers were... The Age had its first website in 1998, and they lost a lot of valuable classified market with non-media companies buying up the classifieds. The media companies in Australia have been slow to act, and now they're paying the price for it. OK, well, you've got a lot more material now to work with your PhD. Andrea Carson, thanks very much for talking to us this morning. Thanks, Joe.